cloud. All right. So welcome everyone to Burge's Power Hour. And tonight, we are doing the courage to be seen and stepping fully into your power. So welcome everyone from all around the country, I think. And I appreciate you being here. And Roselva, where are you from, hon? Where are you?
Edinburgh, Texas. We met with Saju last month.
That's right. I just didn't know where you were now. I know. I remember. Yes, yes, yes. So thank you for joining us. And Keisha, thank you for joining us. Where are you calling from, hon?
Tallahassee, Florida.
Tallahassee. Welcome, welcome. And Jamie, welcome as well. And so, Deborah, where are you? You were in Europe. Where are you now, hon?
West Palm Beach, Florida.
Okay. All right. Welcome back home. And Jamie, where are you calling from?
I'm in West Palm Beach as well.
Okay, cool. Okay, so all right, let's get started, shall we? So those of you who can put on your video, we appreciate it if you can, so we can share some things. But those of you who have never been on my Power Hours, it's very experiential. Hi, Tori. And it's very experiential, so you might want to get a pen and paper, something to write with, because I ask questions and sometimes we go digging around in your subconscious, or at least digging around to see some discovery for what it is that you would like to discover more of, perhaps, and shift into. And like I said, every month is different. Tonight is about the courage to be seen and stepping forward.
Will we get a recording of this as well?
Yes, you're recording right now.
But we'll get one. I'll get one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And Pat, I will check to make sure, okay, about all of your recordings.
Yeah,
if you've
really.
registered,
Thank
you should
you.
get them all. Okay, absolutely. Okay, so tonight is going to be all about stepping into your power and not being afraid to be seen, okay? And it's about showing up. So I don't have to speak to you guys because you showed up, right?
Right.
You know, a lot of people registered, but they'll get the recording and show up that way. So showing up means maybe not as the polished you, not the polished version of yourself, but the real one. Dun, 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 the real one, right?
Dun, dun, dun.
And we're not here to fix you. We're not here to try to make, you know, because you're not broken, okay? We're here to remember you. How does that feel? Let's remember our authentic self. So I encourage you again to keep your camera on and allow yourself to be seen. The core themes that we're going to be playing tonight with some of we're going to do some experiences together, and then we're going to share. You don't have to share, but it helps if people share some information or experiences, because it does bring about a whole alchemical thing with all the people who have come together tonight, okay? And then we're going to do a little meditation too together. So it's going to be a little bit esoteric in that way, but go for it. Welcome, Keisha. There's your face, beautiful one. Glad you're here.
When I write something down, I'm going to have to put the phone down, so it's not like I disappear.
That's fine. Thank you for telling us. We don't want you disappearing. Okay. So the core themes we're going to be looking at tonight is breaking through any fear of judgment, of visibility. Okay. Yeah, because people oftentimes don't show up because they don't want to be seen, perhaps because they might feel judged. Is that any of you, or do you know anyone like that? Yes. Okay. Maybe at times. There's also
I don't want to be judged the way I judge other people.
Okay, well, there you go. There's mirrors going on, right? So the other thing is the hidden cost of playing small. So there's a cost of playing small, not showing up in your business or life or your leadership or relationships, just kind of being under the radar, not playing big. There's also, we're going to reframe our vulnerability as our strength. And those of you who have done Essence of Being, you know all about that, because my strength lies in my vulnerability, which is one of the experiences that we give people, which doesn't make sense. I've been teaching this stuff for 32 years with Essence of Being and been involved in this for 45 years. And being vulnerable doesn't seem like it's strength oftentimes, does it? Like if we're vulnerable, it's like, oh my God, we're going to get hurt. They're going to see me. They're going to judge me. Okay. So we're shifting that. Hopefully tonight is what my hope is and my intention. We're also going to look at how emotional safety and self-trust create magnetic confidence. I love that word, magnetic confidence. Okay. And our intention is to have embodiment, embodying our authenticity in every room that you walk into. Wouldn't that be cool? You walk into a room and people go, what? In a good way. You may have felt like when you've walked into a room and people went, maybe not in a good way, but that's the point. All right. So, couple things, and then we're going to write some things down here in a minute. So, we hide sometimes, perhaps, because we learned it keeps us safe. Would you agree? Yeah.
No.
It's a safety thing at times. And as children and as teens, perhaps, and as adults, in a world that often can feel too sharp or too fast or too judgy, too judgmental, and we start adapting. And those adaptations, they were wise because we kept ourselves safe, or we thought. We dimmed our light. We all have this light shining in us, very bright. And so we dimmed our light. We started playing small. We made ourselves likable or agreeable or quiet or helpful, all to avoid perhaps being shamed or abandoned or rejected or judged. Does that feel familiar? Yeah. So many of us were taught these things, like, what were you taught? What were you taught as little kids? And Katie, Katie, welcome, honey. Hold on.
Hi. No, I don't have a question.
Okay, I'm just glad.
Yeah, I'm here.
Thank you, hon. Thank you. What were you taught when you were little? What did you hear when you were little about that kind of thing? About children are seen and not heard, right? What else were you taught when you were little?
If you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all.
Yeah, which
That's-
can translate to be quiet,
Mm-hmm.
shut up, don't say that, don't speak unless spoken to, because so we dim our voice. Some of us may have done that. Yeah.
Stop crying or I'll give you something to cry about. That was my personal favorite.
That's my favorite one too. Stop crying or I'll give you something to cry about. OMG. Okay. Yeah. Or how about be a good boy or be a good girl?
Because I said so.
Didn't like that one. I was like, I'll never do that to my children when I'm older. But of course, we do because that's what we learn, how to raise people. Maybe you heard boys don't cry.
And for girls,
Maybe.
don't be bossy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Girls are bossy. It's not polite to brag. Don't make a scene. Who do you think you are? Now, these messages are not just coming from our parents. They come from a lot of other places too, don't they? Where else do they come from?
Our environment.
Yep.
So relatives.
Yep.
Friends, school.
Friends, school, teachers. Yeah. Religion. Better be a good girl. You're gonna,
Society.
Culture.
Yeah.
People's cultures. They actually will dictate how you're supposed to behave.
Yeah, be proper.
And be proper. And then some of us may think, well, we have to be perfect.
Well, yeah.
And And if we're not perfect, then we're not going to be liked or loved or appreciated or accepted. to be accepted for who we are. I mean, mind blown. I mean, how would that be, Bob? Yes.
I don't want to minimize the effect society has, because I'm going to say it straight. This is a misogynist country. This is a racist country. There is still bigotry in this world. And, you know, I'll even go so far as to say sexist. And I am a gay man. I fall under the sexism in my brain simply for lack of a better term. And I mean, I look around and, you know, all of us have gotten nailed by society in some way, shape, or form. And I don't want to minimize it because it's a lot bigger than I think many of us are willing to give credit for to it.
Thank you for sharing that.
I
Somebody else.
agree. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. And, you know, not to politicize any of this, because I try to be neutral with, I'm very inclusive of everyone, because I've been, like I said, doing this all around the world. I've taught on 6 continents. And the thing that everybody, no matter where you come from, no matter what country, no matter what race, no matter what gender, everybody wants the same thing. They want to know they're safe. They want to know they're loved. And they want to know that they make a difference, no matter what. And so it kind of boils down to all of that. So these messages that we've learned from all of these places didn't just teach us how to behave. They taught us which parts of ourselves were not safe to bring into a room. Okay. So we tucked those parts of us away. Our voice, our sensitivity, our boldness, our messiness, or even our brilliance. Would you agree? Yeah. Sometimes we just tuck it away. And now those parts are ready to reemerge. Dun, dun, dun. Right, right. So here's the thing about courage. Courage, it comes from the French word le coeur, which is French for the heart. Okay, so le coeur means heart in French. So I'm going to give you a definition of courage that I give in their Essence of Being experiences and classes, is that courage equals committing to something. Just think about how you do this. You commit to something, even though you doubt it, but you take action anyway. That can be a definition of a type of courage. I commit to show up. I commit to being my authentic self. I commit to this new job. I commit to this person. I commit to this and this leadership development that I'm in. I commit to health. I commit to all these things, and then maybe there's some doubts. Am I going to make it? Am I going to be able to do it? How's this going to work? How long is it going to last? And yet you take action anyway. You move through it. There's movement in courage. So if you sit on your couch and you have these intentions and you say, yeah, I'm going to do that someday. And then you end up 50 years later and you look back and go, yeah, I'm going to do it someday. Okay. So sometimes courage, well, not in my opinion, courage, you got to have some action when you take courage. When you have some kind of courage, take some action. And what that means is sometimes we're going to have a breakdown when we take action. It's not always going to work. So what's a breakdown in a marriage?
Divorce.
Yep. What's a breakdown in a relationship?
Separating.
Yeah, you can separate. Yep. You may have arguments. What's a breakdown in a career?
Getting fired. Quitting.
Getting fired. Job. Yeah. For a job, you're getting fired. What about What's a breakdown in business?
Bankruptcy,
Yeah, you go bankrupt. Sure.
COVID.
Yeah. What's a breakdown in health?
Mental
Getting
breakdown.
sick.
Right. You get sick, mental. Yeah. So these are all breakdowns. And let me just say, most people will move and grow once they've gone through a breakdown. And that's a very painful way to grow. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of people wait. They wait until they have the breakdown and then they go, oh, I need to lose 30 pounds, or whatever that is. It's a form of movement, but they wait for the breakdown. So what if you didn't have to wait for a breakdown in order for you to move forward? What if you just chose to do it and you didn't have to have these massive breakdowns in your life to give you the courage to move? What if? Because let me just say, once you have a breakdown, the next step is the break through. Right. Bob knows that.
Good
The break
phrase.
through. Pardon me?
Good phrase.
Yeah. Once you have the breakdown, you have the breakthrough. So you're breaking through something. You're breaking through all of the pain that you've had. And then once you've broken through, what's on the other side?
Better.
Break free.
Ooh.
So I always put it in terms of breakdown, breakthrough, break free. So let's look at that, shall we? Let's look at that. And I want you to write down some things here. And I want to do a stream of consciousness writing. And what that means is you don't think about it, you don't edit it, you don't just put down the first things that come up. Okay? Just think about the first things that come up. And I want to just have you just finish these sentences. You ready? All right. Think of a time I dimmed my light. A time I dimmed my light in my life was. A time I dimmed my light in my life was. What happened? You don't have to go into the whole story, but just write down. Perhaps a time I dimmed my light in my life was. Maybe you were told you can't do something. Relationship. Time I dimmed my light in my life was. So just jot down. Just one, if you can think of one. And yes, Keisha, I'll be giving you positive suggestions to say instead. I just read your. Does everybody have something? Anybody not have something? Okay.
Is this supposed to be, are you supposed to be consciously dimming it, or looking back you realized you dimmed it?
Either one.
Which one?
Either one.
Okay.
You're thinking about it. You're thinking about a time in your life that you dimmed your light. When was that? What was happening?
My whole life after my parents' divorce, when they told me the reason for the divorce was my father was a liar, so I decided not to believe anything he ever said.
Okay. And you dimmed your light at that point.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
to him.
Okay. That's a good example. So let me finish the rest of them and then we'll all share what we wrote if you choose to, okay? We'll share some things that might be highlighted that helps other people as well. Because when you share things, it heals the room, as we say. All right. So the second thing is what I would tell that person now, meaning yourself. What would you tell yourself now? What would you go back and tell that person back then, yourself? What would you tell yourself now? Go back and tell them. What would you tell that person now that dimmed their light back then? Give you 30 more seconds. It doesn't have to be an essay. And then answer this. What parts have I hidden for safety? What parts of myself have I hidden for safety? What parts have I hidden for safety? What parts of myself have I hidden for safety? Welcome, Sandra. We're in the middle of writing things down, honey, so just get a pen and paper and just continue with us, and you'll get the recording of this so you can catch up, okay?
Okay.
Okay. And I got two more to answer. The worst parts about being seen are what?
The
The
what?
worst parts, the
Oh, the worst-
worst parts about being seen are what?
Being naked.
Okay, we'll write it
And-
down. We're writing things down right now, and then we'll share.
Well, I'm turning a page.
What parts are the worst parts about being seen?
Am I muted?
No?
Oh, you can mute me because my dog keeps barking.
Okay, there you go. And the last one is,
Wait a minute. The worst part of what?
what's the worst part about being seen?
Being seen. Okay.
Like, what's the worst thing that can happen if you're seen for who you are? For who you are, really. And the last one is, what's the best parts? What's the best parts about being seen for who you are? What's the best parts? What's something fabulous that can happen if you're seen for who you are and accepted for who you are? Okay. So finish up on the one you're on. You can always go back and add to it. And I want to give us a moment. If anybody wants to share anything at all, worst parts, best parts, what you want to tell the person, what parts have you hidden for safety, anything you want to share, we're going to let people share for a little bit. And then I'm going to do a meditation to help move us through all of that. Okay. Yes, Tori.
I felt like this whole thing was very divine timing because I'm breaking through. I thought I was breaking up, but I guess I'm breaking through. And I've been doing a lot of my own personal diving into this subject. And I guess what came up for me is just that I think a lot of times we have those things happen to us when we're young, and we block everything out unconsciously. And then we start absorbing our environment, and then those things kind of like a notch on a tree, you come back around and then that little wound, makes a different indent. For me, I just have always had kind of a different perspective because I very consciously kind of shut everything down. And I think that I'm just figuring out how to be seen in that recently in the world is that difference. And yeah.
So what parts have you hidden for safety
Let's
consciously?
see. Let's look at my notes, shall we? Um I think I wrote this part was actually quite sincere and I felt like it resonated a lot. So, what parts have I hidden for safety? And I wrote the part that is seen wanting to be loved and wanting to be accepted. I hid the part that lets herself be seen wanting to exist in the world around me eagerly, and yeah.
So it's the kind of thing, I don't know if any of you have the same kind of feeling. It's the same kind of thing saying, I'm fine, all is well. I don't need to, I don't, I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fine. I don't want anybody to know that I'm hurting inside or that I'm wanting something that makes me feel less than. It's like I should be okay. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and I think that I've just gone through a stripping of so many masks, of trying to cover that up, that I've been able to find that in myself, and it was a lot of masks.
Oh, right. And it keeps us feeling accepted for sure.
Yeah,
If I show that I need something or I want something,
yeah,
I'm not going to be accepted because I'm weak or whatever that message is or that subconscious or even conscious thought that we have. So that's brilliant.
yeah.
And
It's really
anybody else
beautiful.
can, I'm sorry. What?
I was gonna say it's really beautiful that you opened up this space like this because it does feel divinely timing for me. So thank you.
Of course, of course. And you showed up. That's the piece I want everyone to keep saying to yourself. I showed up. So there's something here for me. So good. Good job. Good job, Tori. Jamie had her hand up and then Deborah.
Okay.
But you got Jamie and then Deborah.
Thank you. Um, so I think this is really interesting. And being able to write all this stuff and then look back through it. So what I do for my job is that I'm a peer. I'm a recovery coordinator, but I'm a peer, which means that my entire job is sharing my lived experience. And so I've got like the trauma capital T that I share all day, and I have no problems anymore. I've really worked through being able to share that trauma within a lens to like be able to help people. I've been able to share that I'm a recovering addict with very little shame. But what I noticed when I put down when I felt like I've been not enough or whatever was when I was a kid and they told me, that I was too much. I have two kids and they're both neurodivergent, and so after they've been diagnosed, I'm late diagnosed, and I'm so socially like awkward and unbalanced that I have more anxiety like being able to talk about this over here than I do standing in front of a room of 1,000 people telling them that I used to do drugs and I went to jail. And so I just found that really, really interesting that though I've been able to work through the capital T trauma, all the little traumas, I think are still there and sort of having a really big impact on me being able to, I want to be seen. I want to be seen, but when I get the opportunity, I am terrified. So I think that all of those little T traumas have affected me much more than I realize.
I love how you put that, honey. I really do. And the thing I want to share with that is it's called intimacy. So it's those little T's can be the intimacy, the intimacy. So sure, we can stand in front of 1,000 people and say blah, because we're not really seen for the authentic, the authentic little heart person in here, the little girl that's scared, right? And there's a big risk when you become intimate with someone, and in this environment we're in right now tonight, it is intimate. And we definitely hold the space for that in anything that we do together, by the way. But if we give people a place that they can feel safe, and that's always the hard part for some people is like, I don't want to step out of my comfort zone because I'll feel unsafe. And I sure don't want to get hurt because I've been hurt. So that resonates, I'm assuming, with a lot of people. Absolutely, Jamie. And I really appreciate you sharing that and being intimate and vulnerable and sharing that, because you see a lot of people nodding heads. Yeah. So you're able to connect with that part of them as well. So you're making a difference just by sharing. So thank you.
Thanks.
Welcome. More to come. Thank you. Deborah.
Yes. I'm strong and ambitious. And when my ex-husband said he didn't want to be married, I decided I wanted to go back to MBA school. And my father said, "You gonna quit your job? You making $19,000 a year? And you gonna quit your job and go to school?" So yeah. So I went to MBA school as a single mother. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm strong and ambitious. And, my father just thought I should just cook for a husband. And I've had a lot of trouble being strong and ambitious and being Black woman. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
How did
yeah.
it turn out?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I can't even imagine, obviously,
Yeah.
but I can't imagine from being a woman
Yeah.
how we do have those
Mhm.
things impressed upon us that this is how you should be and this is how
Yeah.
you should show up, and hide that other part of ourselves that's strong and ambitious because we'll be called the big B.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it.
The big B.
Yeah. My father
I don't
said,
mean Burge.
"You
My
gonna quit
name's
a?"
Burge. I don't mean the big Burge, but yeah.
He said, "You gonna quit a job that make you making $19,000 a year?"
Okay. Well, that's great. So you learned that, well, that's your best part, right? So the best part about being seen is you get to have an MBA and be bold and go through life saying, this is who I really am. And you broke through
Yeah, I
that
did.
conditioning. So good
Yeah.
job, honey. Excellent.
Thank you.
Yes. I have time for one more, and then I want to do I want to do some other things with us. Anybody else want to share? Katie?
Yeah, going to being hidden for safety. I think my first one is my body. Do not look at my body. You can't see my body. And the other was my voice or speaking my truth. So those two, I think.
Those parts have you hidden for safety. So can anybody else relate with that? Yeah. Yeah. It's so interesting to me about the intimacy part about that, but about our bodies. And of course, culture, TV, all of the society about body image, but also how we were raised, not just it depends, how you were raised. But even if we're a man, yes, Bob, you were
I
gonna
would,
say,
so I did a lot of Gestalt psychotherapy back in the day, and
yeah,
I personally am not surprised to hear about body issues related to any kind of issue. Even those you think shouldn't cause body issues, they cause body issues because in the theory of Gestalt, the body remembers everything.
yeah, yes, our body is very intelligent, and but our cells do renew, and sometimes we have sense memory from our whole life, and if you believe it, other lifetimes as well, if you believe that, okay? But we have a sense memory, and so I can see how we hide that part of us because it's not perfect and it's not what we want, and we hide our truth because we're going to get in trouble. We don't want to cause trouble, and some of us, maybe we were too big, like we were and I think, Jamie, you said that, right? I'm too big. Because when we come into life, all we want to do is, what do our children want to do? What do kids want to do? When you
Play.
first come, they just want to play. They want to express. Blah! They want to express, they want to play. And so as we grow older, we're told, no, get your head out of the clouds. Don't play, be serious,
Yeah.
get your head straight. Don't express, for God's sakes, because people are going to find out who you really are, and that's not okay. Because listen, this is not about parent bashing, because our parents learned it, and their parents learned it, and their parents and their cultures and their religion and their society and their teachers. It's thoughts and beliefs are eternal until they are rethought or
So
rebelieved.
they're what?
Till they are rethought or rebelieved. So you have a choice to re-believe, to shift your thoughts, shift your beliefs around who you are and how you're going to show up. You do have that autonomy as a sentient being. You do have that ability to change things in your own mind, in your own beliefs. You can't change anybody else, although we try, don't we? We can't change anybody else, but we can do something about ourselves. Keisha, you have your hand up.
I just wanted to say mine, but I think mine is, um, I don't know, it's very emotional. Um,
Yes.
uh, because I think
I
I'm
hope
still
so.
going. I know you said when you live life, you, I guess, have thoughts that I guess get deeply embedded in you, and you don't really think about it. So well, the first thing that came to my mind was a time I did in my life was when I aborted two different pregnancies. Um, and in my mind, I thought that what I wrote was I didn't want to raise kids on my own or force the dad to be a father. And I
Mm-hmm.
assumed that I would abuse my kids or follow in my parents' footsteps. So for me, it was like, oh my goodness, I couldn't believe that I did those two things. And now when I look back on it, I am raising my nephew and I've had him for 6 years. And so I get where you're coming from when you say you have to, I guess, get a new belief about yourself, because now that I see that I've had him for 6 years, I'm like, okay, I'm not an abuser. I don't do the things that my parents did. I won't do the things that my parents did to children. And so yeah, this is eye-opening for me. Um but thank you for creating a safe space for people to share.
First of all, you're welcome, Keisha, and thank you, honey. Let's just send Keisha some love.
Yeah.
Let's just send her some loving and say, you know what? All is well. And for you to have that clarity and for you to have that experience and to share with us that's very intimate and very vulnerable. And your strength lies in your vulnerability. And so, what a gift you've given yourself with your nephew. and what a gift he's given you so that you can see who you really are, which is not an abuser. And the shame that you might have felt and the shoulds, I should have done this or I should not have done that, can really beat us up, can't it? Yeah. And so I always say this, but anytime you should on yourself, it gets messy. Wah, wah. It's supposed to be funny, breaking the ice. Okay. Meaning that when you should on yourself, you are, the energy that you are sending out is guilt. You're feeling guilty about something. So just FYI, everybody, when you feel guilty about maybe anything that you've done in your life, what you're doing is you're sending it out into the unit. You're sending that guilt energy out, and guilt demands punishment. Think about it. If you're feeling guilty, guess what? You're going to attract punishment to yourself. It's a demand. You're saying I'm bad or I'm guilty about something. So you'll self-sabotage to beat yourself up some more, and you go into a spiral. Okay? And then, or you attract people to you to punish you, or institutions, or whatever it is. So what's the opposite of guilt? Bob knows. Katie, you know.
Accomplishment.
Well, if you're in what, say it, Bob.
Innocence.
Yeah, the reason I'm picking on them because they're Essence of Being grads, and Deborah is too, and so is Sandra, but I can't see her. But yeah, innocence. That's the opposite of guilt. And innocence, there's an innocent one right there. You see that baby right there? So we're all innocent inside. The real us is innocent. And to find that innocence again, to know that that has not left us, it is still there. That little girl, little boy inside of us is very innocent. And the more we can believe that and see that, then we can stop that cycle. Okay. So let's do this meditation. My intention for this meditation is to really have a guided inner experience about finding your innocence again, so that when you can step into your power now, or step into being seen more, and leave this call tonight with a newfound reclaiming of authenticity of who we are.
Is this how we're ending? Because I want to say something at some point.
What would you like to say, Pat?
The most important and influential book I have read in almost forever is You're Not Everything You Think.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah. So again, what we have these calls with our Conscious Leadership Academy. We do them twice a month, the first Tuesday and the last Tuesday of every month. And we have different topics that we go into it for an hour and a half with people that keep showing up, that want to just dive into this more and keep you on track. Okay. So there is a way to keep connected, keep it going, you know. So sometimes we need support from each other. It's hard sometimes to do it by ourselves. Okay, so let me just go ahead and start this little I'm going to do a little meditation. So this meditation, there's another, look at that, another little innocence there. This meditation, if you could, you might want to just close your eyes, and I'm going to play some music and kind of talk while we go through this. All right, and so you might please mute yourself, or here, I'll mute everybody. I'll mute everybody so you can, all right, here we go. And I'm going to try this music, and hopefully you can hear it. Yeah. Can you hear me okay over the music, or is the music too loud? Music's okay? Okay. All right. Take a deep breath through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw soften. let yourself land right here in your body, right now, in this moment. Take another deep breath in through your nose, out through your mouth. Now imagine you're walking down a quiet path. Feel the earth grounding you, supporting you. And ahead you see a warm, glowing light. As you move toward it, you realize it's a door. A door to a memory, a part of yourself that you may have forgotten. Open the door, step inside. In front of you stands a younger version of yourself. The part of you first learned to hide. Part of you who was told you were too much or not enough. Take a moment to really see them. How old are they? How old are you? What are you wearing? And as they look up at you, what do their eyes say to you as you're looking into their eyes? Now gently ask yourself, what made you feel unsafe to be seen? What did you want to say back then, but you couldn't say it? Let them speak to you. Listen with your heart. Go ahead and tell them, I see you. I hear you. I'm with you now. You don't have to hide anymore. I'll protect you. You're safe. Go ahead and hold them. Imagine wrapping them in your arms. Place a hand on their heart. Now look again and notice there's something protecting, something they're wearing that's covering them. It's heavy. It's made of fear or shame. And this cloak, this heavy cloak, helped them survive. But it's no longer needed. Tell them you don't have to carry this anymore. You are free. You're free. And together, imagine slowly removing the cloak. Feel its weight lift. Let it drop to the floor. Breathe into that space. Inhale freedom. Exhale, release. Inhale, safety. Exhale, shame. Now, you and your younger self step forward. You're standing in a circle of light. It's not a spotlight. It's not a stage. This is a sacred circle of truth. A place where you can finally be all of you. Place one hand on your heart and the other on your belly. And say this together with your little self. I am. Say your name. And then say, I am worthy of being seen. I release the need to hide. I am safe. I am enough. I am powerful. And let the little one go. See them skip away, free and playing. And then say to yourself, I don't have to earn my light. I am light. Take another deep breath. Slowly, slowly come back. I am light. I am safe. Coming back into your body, slowly beginning to return. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Gently open your eyes when you're ready. And you're back. I invite all of you to go back and listen to this when you're not distracted at times, or you can come back and listen to it any time. And I invite you to hold that younger version of yourself and keep telling them that they're no longer alone. They no longer have to hide, and they are free. So how does everyone feel? You're all muted. So give me a word. Tell me how you feel.
Free, free,
Free? Good?
Lighter.
Lighter? Okay. Good. So this wasn't just a dumb old meditation. I want you to go back and listen to it again because you're going to get the recording. But this is something to tell yourself every day. It's okay and you're safe to be seen. And you don't have to hide because you're there to protect yourself now. And what I mean by protect is to understand there's nothing to protect you from anymore. That you're safe. And the more that you can feel that, the easier it becomes for you to really step into your power and not be afraid to be seen. You took a stand in your light tonight. The part of you that showed up is no longer hiding tonight. And let this be your new baseline. Not your breakthrough. You got a whole nother level tonight. You got another breakthrough to go through. So again, say softly to yourself, and this will be a really good mantra, okay? So put your hand on your heart and one on your belly and say, I see me. I love me. I am safe. And it is safe to be me now. Yeah. Take a deep breath. Good job, everybody. And I love all the little ones playing with us. We can do that with them too. Those are some things you can do with your little ones if you have them around, for sure.
Thank you. I'm so sorry. I hope she wasn't distracting. She wants to be seen.
I love it. 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 So just everybody in the chat, I'm putting, if you want more of this, I'm here. You can join us the first Tuesday and the last Tuesday of every month with our Conscious Leadership Academy. We do a whole hour and a half and it's $19 a month to do that. And we do it twice a month for you to come in and really just keep on track with all different kinds of topics that we do. Also, play with us in Machu Picchu in October. We still have some seats. We're gonna do a spiritual retreat there in October. I put the links there, and if you just go to essenceofbeing.com, you can see everything. Okay. And the other thing I put there was I have a brand new course out that's online. If you're into spiritual gifts and activating your spiritual gifts that you have and not being afraid of them, I've got a new online course that you can take. It's a self-study course, and that's essenceofbeing.com/sacred channeling. And I put that in the chat, and I just launched that one. So it's new. So I just want to say, come play with us. If you got anything out of it tonight, if you resonated with some of it, there are people in this world that are of like mind that want to support you and uplift you and see you for who you really are and appreciate and accept you. And we have graduates all around the world, okay? And you're a big part of our becoming who you are is important. It's important to me that you stand in your power and be seen, okay? All right. Any closing words for gratitude and blessings before we end tonight? We're a little 3 minutes over. Anything you want to say?
Thank you.
Welcome.
You.
I wish I could talk to you every day.
That's so cute.
Well, I do have a podcast. And I just go to essenceofbeing.com and just check in with us. Talk to us at least 3 times a month.
Okay.
For sure. Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, thank you for your sincerity.
What's the name of your podcast?
The Essence of Being. Hello.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think I've been looking for somebody coming from just this heart space that I really felt today, and I really appreciate that. So
Yeah.
I can feel the energy you're sharing.
My pleasure, my purpose. Thank you, Tori. Yeah. And so I say go out and spread it out there because we could use more of this in the world right now.
Yeah.
So go out there and be conscious. And if you stumble, you got support. Okay. So come back and play with us. It's in the chat, all the different ways to plug in with us. And next time, our next power hour, which is the third Wednesday of every month, we are going to be doing, I forgot what it is. I've got it written down. Oh, hello, your intuitive spiritual gifts, to kind of go in line with my new platform that's out there. So check it out. And look for the recording. So you should get your recording. If you don't, let me know. You can email me burge@essenceofbeing.com. And that, if you don't know how to spell it, it's BURGE at essenceofbeing.com. If you,
How soon should we get it?
pardon me,
How soon should we get it?
you should get it tomorrow.
Okay.
Be looking for it tomorrow. And look in your spam,
Looking
Pat.
forward
Okay.
to it.
All right, hon. All
I
right.
will.
Welcome, Marcia. We're just finished, honey. So hopefully you'll come back and listen to the recording. We have somebody that was attracted to the love tonight. So I'm glad you're here, but we're complete tonight, hon. So we'll take you, listen to the recording and you can experience what we just did tonight. Okay. All right.
Thank you, Burge.
Till we meet again.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye. Take
Bye.
care.
Love you.
Bye.
Love you. Love you.
Love you. Oh, you got my cards in my journal. Thank you, Rosella. Full of cards. Okay. Thank you.